What's up, guys, and welcome back to episode 13 now of the Williams Career Mode in F1 Manager 2023. Coming off of you have to say, I guess a disappointing Hungary Grand Prix here. Weren't able to make the most of the mixed conditions, and more importantly, Haas was able to extend their lead in the championship, but we're looking to bring that back today in Spa with our straight line speed, but we have the option to skip the sponsor, which we obviously went through last time out, and yeah, they seemed okay with it, just had to reschedule it, but here we are in Q1, P11 and P13 right next to our rivals here, Hulkenberg P11, Magnussen P13, but we're on our final runs here in Q1. Yellow flag, the red flag is out. Session suspended. Cars return to the pit lane, and we didn't actually get a reason why, which they normally get replays about all of that, but we just didn't. But we're into Q2, currently P11 and P14. Alex Albon not improving, Théo Pourchaire not improving, Magnussen's currently in P8, Hulkenberg P11, and it's just not looking good for us so far. Hoping to make some sort of improvement in the middle sector here. Albon actually getting a little bit held up here by the drivers in front of him, having to take awkward lines, and he's just not going to improve because of that. Yellow middle sector, personal best for Théo Pourchaire, but has to avoid the cars in front of him, and another car, it's the Haas this time, holding up Théo Pourchaire, and yeah, it's gutting. We're not able to improve Alex Albon and Théo Pourchaire, but it is a shame, but there's not much else you can do. P4 Norris actually improves, but we got the sprint. We're going to use the mediums. We got some car parts damage for Théo Pourchaire, but it's nothing to worry about at the moment. But we're going to start the sprint here at Spa on the mediums. Coming up to 5 red lights here at the Belgian Grand Prix. And away we go, and once again, going to have to put the commands on maximum push. And try and make the most of this. 15 laps. Softs will start to die at the end, so we're going to try make the most of the mediums towards the end of the sprint, and hope on other drivers making errors. But yeah, P14, P15 at the moment going to be on board with Alex Albon here. But I started to have a look, and I don't know if I can't remember if I showed it in the video here, but everyone is on softs. Absolutely everyone is on softs, and it's going to be a painful start. As we can see, Oscar Piastri trying to make him, there we go, everyone on softs there. Oscar Piastri trying to make a move, and Alex Albon isn't able to. Albon able to keep P15. Théo Pourchaire not really making any progress, trying to make any moves right ahead of him. Nico Hulkenberg right ahead of him. Kevin Magnussen currently P10 right now, which is probably the best we could have asked for when he went into Q3 there. But yeah, like I said, pushing to the limit here, trying to make the most out of this first lap, and then we'll try and make the most of everyone else's dead softs at the end of this sprint. But yeah, nothing really going on so far. People not really sending it too much. Fastest lap somehow by Perez, even though Verstappen was first through the gates. I don't understand that. Already making a 2-second gap here to Oscar Piastri, which we'll absolutely take. But yeah, just trying to hold on to Nico Hulkenberg here, as we have a driver already locking up, it seems. Multiple cars crash. Let's look at the incident here. It's involving a Haas and Lando Norris here. Kevin Magnussen gets sent up the inside by Lando Norris, and Kevin Magnussen has dropped down to back of the grid, which is an absolute massive dub for us. But ultimately, nothing. I'm telling you now, that was one of the worst sprints I've ever watched in my life. Like, I could have shown you all of it, and you probably would have fallen asleep. Like, it was just nothing happening. We were just gaining time on Bottas, and I ended up swapping Teo Pourchaire and Alex Albon because Teo Pourchaire ended up, well, Alex Albon's more likely to make the moves, but then I completely forgot Teo Pourchaire was going to have a penalty anyway. But we're going for two-stop here. Sorry, two-stop, yeah. And we're going for the 5 red lights once again for the main race this time in Spa. And it's lights out, and away we go once again. P19 starting for Teo Pourchaire, right next to Kevin Magnussen. And then Hulkenberg actually starting P9 after everyone's penalties, as we start P11. Perez obviously being one of the drivers to get penalties for his engine, I assume, in P10 at the moment. I think Valtteri Bottas might have been another who overtakes Pourchaire already, right off the start. And yeah, so P11 right now. Gonna try stay with Hulkenberg at least, because we need the points, and the last thing we need is Hulkenberg just getting these, just us in general, just getting these occasional P10s, P9s, just slowly taking away from us and taking away. But we're right next to him, and we're already making 1.8 seconds now to Yuki Tsunoda. Teo Pourchaire still P20, isn't making really any progress despite absolutely sending it right now. But yeah, after that first lap, not really any progress. If anything, we just lost everything. But already a yellow flag here. Safety car is out in turn 1, and we're currently P9. Crash involving multiple cars once again. And here we go, it's George Russell. I don't know what he's planning. There shouldn't be a move here, but he absolutely sends it into the back of Fernando Alonso, and Russell saying he's given plenty of space. Excuse me? Excuse me? I am in shock. But yeah, we have another issue for a driver ahead of us once again, and if you take a look here at the board here, it's Nico Hulkenberg having an issue, and he's currently now P18. Which is an absolute dub. Hulkenberg spinning on turn 1. Here he goes. And yeah, there's nothing more to say. Luckily, Albon managed to miss the incident. But yeah, here we go. There's another incident for a driver who was right behind us. Currently fighting his teammate, Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris. Oh, and Oscar Piastri nearly slams into the back of his own teammate there, but was able to avoid it, but is now back of the grid. And then we have yet another crash. This is only lap 13. This is only lap 13. It's Teo Pourchaire around the outside. Oh, I think that was Guan Yu Zhou, and then just it's a messy one. It's a messy one, and Teo Pourchaire does get the penalty for it. And he has some serious front wing damage, which we'll have to change in the pits. So once again, we're going to have to fork out for another front wing. But yeah, we're going to have to switch onto the mediums. Luckily, we have 3 fresh sets of mediums to use. So because we have to box early, I'm probably going to have to use the mediums. Well, 2 sets of mediums for the rest of the race. And then you have to remember we have that 5-second time penalty, so we're 26 seconds behind now. But here we are, P9. And we're now 9/10 behind Esteban Ocon here. Instantly lose that, and that was 1.3. But yeah, Teo Pourchaire P15, we're currently P9. The Haas P11 and P12. As we get another virtual safety car. Virtual safety car is out. 18 seconds behind Pierre Gasly right now. With 12 laps to go. And it's Lance Stroll who is ahead of us. He is out of the race. Currently P3. So no one around him. So it's driver error. And he smashes it into... Look at that rear wing damage. Absolutely smashes it into the wall. And now, with 4 laps to go, we're going to start to receive a little bit of pressure from Lando Norris. Currently P8 right now. P8. Kevin Magnussen P10. And Hulkenberg P11. So that's pretty much guaranteed points for them, unfortunately. But we could get P8. I feel like this. I think this is the difference between either going ahead of Haas or staying behind. But Lando Norris there was really catching up to us, and then he locks up. He locks up. So 3 seconds now behind is Lando Norris. Ends up being 5 seconds. Théo Pourchaire now on the back of Yuki Tsunoda. Can he make some sort of improvement? We did actually end up going on to the softs here. After a virtual safety car. And look, we're trying to go down the inside, and it's absolutely brilliant from Théo Pourchaire. That's 60, I think it's 63 overtaking. I really don't understand how your overtaking can be that bad, but 63 overtaking, still able to make that move. And 2 seconds now behind Valtteri Bottas. Coming up to the final lap, 1.7 seconds. Already got a second gap to Yuki Tsunoda, which is absolutely brilliant for us. But 1.6 seconds now, we're gaining 1.5. The time is shortening between Théo Pourchaire and Valtteri Bottas. Can Théo Pourchaire replicate what Alex Albon did in race 1? Unsure actually as to how Valtteri Bottas is this high up. By the way, Alfa Romeo have had an absolute stinker of a season so far. But this is it. This is it. Can Théo Pourchaire make up some sort of ground after an abysmal start here at Williams? But if he was going to make any move, it's going to have to be now, 1/10 away. Is he going to pull out? He was looking round the outside, even though there was an option for the inside. And yeah, he ended up not being able to make the position. But P13 is still very, very, very good. As we ride on board here with Alex Albon, who didn't get lapped. But yeah, what a brilliant race this is for the Williams. 4 more points for us. And we're just trying, even though it's the last lap, we're just trying to save on everything as much as we can, because our engine wear, ERS, everything, gearbox, it just wears way too quickly, and I just can't afford to keep forking out so much money just to just to supply that, you know, when we should be focusing our investments on the facilities. But yeah, that's the end of the race there. Alex Albon, P8. What a race for Alex Albon. Absolutely incredible driver this season, and kind of carrying us right now. I'm very sure the majority, if not all our points, bar one race, has been made by Alex Albon. But yeah, that's the end of the race. Sergio Perez ends up winning, making 9 positions there. But we make up 3 positions, and that's P8 for us. Théo Pourchaire makes up 6 positions. So the race pace is getting better, but then again, you have to think about all those incidents. If we could have taken more advantage of it, who knows? Alex Albon makes a position on Nico Hulkenberg there as well, after getting that +4 points. And then more importantly, we are now 6th in the championship. 1 point ahead of the Haas, which is exactly what we need. And we need to have more of these performances. McLaren getting a couple points there as well, but absolutely brilliant stuff from us. And the best thing about this is, even if they reach their bonuses, it's nothing. It's literally nothing, and it's an absolute win for us, and you have to absolutely take it. But we get the research completed for the rear wing for 2024, and then we get a mid-season board review here. Target position 8th, current position now 6th. What a way to end the first half of the season. Absolutely brilliant. We're actually halfway to completing our long-term objective, which we need to complete in another 3 seasons, which is crazy to us. But yeah, very, very good stuff. We're doing a very, very good job so far. I just want to I just want to kind of also learn a little bit more about this research. We actually get an extra 1.5 mil there because our board confidence is high, which is an absolute win. But we can't afford a new engine with that, unfortunately. But yeah, that's the end of the episode. If you liked the video, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and ciao.